It's hard to believe the Mariners are just a couple of bullpen meltdowns away from being undefeated to start the season. They're scoring 7.3 runs per game, which is just bonkers. They've hit a home run in every game they've played this year, and multiple home runs in 8 of them. It seems like everyone in the lineup has bought into the "elevate and celebrate" mantra. The Mariners are leading all of baseball in fly ball rate, but they haven't completely sold out for power. They're second in the Allen walk rate and are running the lowest chase rate in the majors. With so many question marks surrounding the lineup heading into the season, it's nice to see everything clicking. Mariners-Royals Game 1 Monday, April 8, 5:15 p.m. RHP Felix Hernandez RHP Homer Bailey 57%, 43% Game 2 Tuesday, April 9, 5:15 p.m. LHP Marco Gonzalez RHP Jake Junis 56%, 44% Game 3 Wednesday, April 10, 5:15 p.m. LHP Yusei Kikuchi TBD 55%, 45% Game 4 Thursday, April 11, 10:15 a.m. RHP Mike Leake RHP Jorge Lopez 58%, 42% Overview Royals 2018 Mariners 2018 Edge Overview Royals 2018 Mariners 2018 Edge Batting WRC 88 13th NL 101 7th NL Mariners Fielding DRS 25 5th -23 11th Royals Starting Pitching FIP 109 10th 106th Mariners Bullpen FIP 116 15th 94 4th Mariners. The high-powered Mariners offense heads to Kansas City for a 4-game series this week. Kauffman Stadium has secretly been one of the hardest ballparks to hit a home run in. The fence in straightaway center field may be a little closer than the dimensions of Coors Field, but the total outfield area is actually the largest in the majors. And since Kansas City isn't a mile above sea level, the ball just doesn't travel as well as in Denver. It's been a rough fall from grace for the Royals after their back-to-back World Series appearances and victory in 2015. They managed to stick around the race for the second wild-card spot for the next 2 years after their championship, but lost over 100 games last season. It was the first season in another rebuilding cycle that started when the last of their homegrown stars from their last cycle left in free agency. Player position bats PABABIPWRCBSR Player position bats PABABIPWRCBSR Whit Merrifield RFR 707.352 122.8 Adalberto Mondesi SSS 291 0.335 114 5.1 Alex Gordon LFL 568 0.299 89 to 0.1 Jorge Soler DHR 257 0.340 123 to 2.6 Ryan Nilhern 1BL 170 0.293 153 to 1.7 Chris Owings 2BR 309 0.26 551 0.200 Dozier 3BR 388 0.296 80 to 3.8 Martin Maldonado CR 404 0.280 74 to 3.2 Billy Hamilton CFS 556 0.309 69 8.4 By adding Billy Hamilton this offseason, the Royals have the potential to have 3 players in their lineup steal 50 bases apiece. Whit Merrifield stole 45 bases last season, and he's the slowest of the trio per StatCast sprint speed. Adalberto Mondesi stole 32 bases in just 75 games and could be one of the fastest shortstops in the game. Even though he's the fastest by sprint speed, Billy Hamilton might be the weakest link to actually accomplishing that feat. He stole just 34 bases last year, and the biggest reason why he isn't stealing more is because he has such a hard time getting on base in the first place. After winning the World Series with a contact-heavy lineup, the speed of the current Royals lineup continues to buck the trend in modern lineup construction. Probable pitchers: IPK %, BB %, HR, FB %, GB % ERA FIP, IPK %, BB % HR, FB % GB % ERA FIP 106 and a third, 15.2%, 6.7%, 18.7%, 42.6%, 6.09, 5.55 pitch type frequency, velocity, spin rate, stuff with BIP 4 seam 45.4%, 93.82079, 8590, 93 sinker 11.9%, 93.419995, 104, 53, 103 splitter 14.9%, 86.21246, 77, 100, 115 curveball 10.0%, 79.91890, 89, 72, 98 slider 17.8%, 87.91887, 126, 69, 80 last season. Homer Bailey made more than 20 starts for the first time since 2014. His recovery from Tommy John surgery in 2015 hasn't been easy. And though he probably deserves a little better based on his peripherals, his ERA hasn't dropped below 6 since returning from that elbow injury. The Reds basically paid the Dodgers to take his contract off their hands this offseason, and he was released as soon as the paperwork was filed. He caught on with the Royals in spring training, and to his credit, made the starting rotation to start the season. His stuff is clearly diminished, though his splitter and slider show a little promise. At this point, the Royals are hoping to extract the last little bit out of Bailey while their pitching prospects percolate in the minors. IPK %, BB %, HR, FB %, GB % ERA FIP, IPK %, BB % HR, FB % GB % ERA FIP 177, 21.6%, 5.7%, 16.2%, 42.0%, 4.37, 4.6, 4 pitch type frequency, velocity, spin rate, stuff with BIP 4 seam 33.5%, 91.82024, 4774, 101. Sinker 20.2%, 91.11976, 85109, 84 changeup 5.9%, 85.31487, 916066 slider 40.4%, 82.22473, 105, 100 with a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. Jake Junis has a nice foundation to build on. His problem is he doesn't really have a third pitch in his repertoire to pair alongside his fastball-slider combo. His changeup just isn't a factor, so he's basically a two-pitch pitcher. And unfortunately, his fastball is just too hittable. Last year, opposing batters crushed his four-seamer to the tune of a .263 ISO. His slider is actually pretty good, but as soon as he falls behind in the count, he becomes too predictable. Batters can hone in on his fastball and lay off anything that breaks. That's led to a huge home run problem, and it's the reason why the rest of his peripherals don't line up with his high ERA and FIP. The Royals haven't announced their starter for Wednesday. They've been relying on a four-man rotation for the first week and half of the season, and there's no clear candidate to take the fifth spot in the rotation. MLB.com lists Scott Barlow as the fifth starter on the Royals' depth chart. Barlow was originally drafted by the Dodgers in the 6th round back in 2011. He slowly worked his way through their organization, finally reaching Double-A in 2016. He repeated the level in 2017 and showed a vastly improved strikeout-to-walk ratio. The Dodgers chose not to re-sign him after that improvement, however, and the Royals quickly picked him up as a minor league free agent. He made his major league debut last year in the Royals' bullpen, but has been stretched out as a starter for most of his career. He has a pretty standard four-pitch repertoire: fastball, changeup, slider, curveball. His biggest problem has been a lack of command. IPK %, BB %, HR, FB %, GB % ERA FIP, IPK %, BB % HR, FB % GB % ERA FIP 53 and 2/3, 16.2%, 9.4%, 10.9%, 45.3%, 5.03, 4.48 pitch type frequency, velocity, spin rate, stuff with FIP, sinker 30.6%, 93.92026, 117, 69, 102 changeup 11.0%, 88.216 125-111 curveball 26.8%, 81.42, 406, 125, 8077 slider 10.5%, 87.82227, 135, 108, 51 Jorge Lopez flamed out as a starter in the Brewers organization. He's always had good stuff, but the command in the makeup has been lacking. He was traded to the Royals as part of the Mike Moustakas deal last year, and Kansas City immediately started transitioning him back to the rotation. He rewarded their faith in him with a few solid starts in August and September, including a perfect game that was taken into the 9th inning. He's got pretty good velocity on his fastball, but it's not a pitch that will get many whiffs. His curveball is above average as well, but it, too, is more of a contact management tool. With his two primary pitches generating more ground balls than whiffs, it shouldn't be surprising to see his strikeout rate well below average. He's recently added a slider to his arsenal, and that pitch has shown some promise, but he just doesn't throw it often enough for it to have an impact. The big picture, Team WLW games behind recent form. Team WLW games behind recent form. Mariners 9-2 0.818, WWLWW Astros 5-5 0.500 3.5 LLWWW Rangers 5-5 0.500 3.5 WWLLL Athletics 6-7 0.46 to 4.0 LWLLL Angels 4-6 0.400 4.5 LLWWW. The AL West standings are shaping up exactly how we expected them to. Like the Mariners, the Rangers' offense has been really hot to start the season. They've scored the third most runs per game in the American League so far, but their pitching staff has been a wreck. At least the Mariners' starting rotation has been decent, and that's a big reason why they're 9-2 rather than 5-5. The Astros have started off pretty cold. They aren't allowing many runs, but they aren't scoring many either. They did show some signs of life this weekend when they swept the Athletics in 3 games.